Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports, where we've got another big day, another exciting launch. Although first, I think we got to get it out of the way. Another my show. Cam tried to take a few things over last week, so thanks to Caveman Gate, KVG, for the, just in case Cam has any questions about who's directing this and decides to try and take over in the future. We've established who's the boss.
No, it came very well. I was in that video.
You were in that video. You didn't get a shirt. So that tells you something. All right. KVG aside, let's get to the big announcement. Cam, let's show off our brand new, the True Customizer, the brand new True pads. Okay, we don't actually have them here, but there's a very good reason for that. Just because we don't have them doesn't mean Cam doesn't sell them here at the Hockey Shop, thehockeyshop.com, here in person at the Hockey Shop Source for Sports. You are one of the chosen few, one of the chosen retailers. Unfortunately, due to more orders at the NHL level than expected, a COVID-related shutdown at the factory, you don't actually have your in-store sets in hand, and as I understand it, no Canadian stores will. But as the customizer launches today, as you see this video for the first time, you can order the product as well. You can order it through hockeyshop.com. So let's start with, because we have sort of seen it in the NHL, seen the different models. Let's have a quick walkthrough. Let's start with the 12.2 pad. Just give me your general overview. And then, of course, there are tons of specs. You'll see some of them on the customizer. Cam is the guy to talk to if you want to place an order once you're done on the customizer. And if you've got questions about some of those specs, he's the guy to talk to here at the Hockey Shop. But for now, let's just go quickly through. What can you tell me about the L12.2, which is kind of the latest version, for lack of a better term, their new version of the old eFlex line?
Yeah, so an evolution of the 12.1, which is their current model that they have out.
Under the Lefevre brand. 12.2 will be true. Yeah.
Basically what's happening is lightening up the core, changing up how the core feels on the leg itself too as well. Just kind of advancing the line forward as it should be. So we're flattening out those knee rolls. That's kind of the quick and easy call out right off the bat. The top of the pad has been adjusted a little bit more, again, to help improve that seal of the 5-hole when the goalie does drop down into the butterfly. Overall pad seal as the pad picks up, aided by the fast rotation strap itself, FRS for short. Overall, again, an advancement forward in the line. We can definitely go into more detail over the phone, 604-589-8299. That way I can help walk you through some of those specs that will help to adjust that pad to the way you should wear it.
FRS, fast rotation system. We saw it sort of debut primarily on the 20.1, which is another model we'll talk about. Just really quickly, your understanding of the FRS. We've seen it adopted, not by every NHL goalie, but certainly by a lot of them, and how it aids in terms of rotation getting to the ice.
To me, it almost looks like a reverse knee brace if you kind of look at it, with the hole in the middle and everything like that. But in theory, take that reverse knee brace, invert it, flip it back onto your calf. It's going to have that same kind of grab-on feel, give you supreme control right a little bit of a lower point of the pad. So basically, you still have your same pivot point at the knee as the pad drops, but you lose some of that slip inside of the pad as you're dropping down.
So a little more connection as it wraps around the calf at two different points.
Exactly. So say if you're someone who removes the outer knee wing, but you still like to have that tight fit and control of the pad, that gives you that ability with giving more supreme rotation out of the pad itself.
Okay, so that's the FRS strap, and that is also available. Like I said, we saw it sort of for the first time on the 20.1, which was a new model that debuted last year. Will continue under the True brand and be available through you for custom orders. Give me your basic walkthrough on the 20.1 pad.
12.2, soft. 20.1, stiff. Basic.
No knee rolls? Flat face pad?
Flat face pad.
Stiff. How stiff? Do we have a quantify? Because I've seen some stuff on other social media where it looks like there's still a fair bit of flex, or that may be somebody who's taken that option.
So there is, I believe, 3 options in terms of for their flex profile on the customizer itself. So it does depend on a little bit of how you want it in terms of stiffness profile. Quantifying it against another pad, I can't really do that, unfortunately, at the moment.
Yeah, it'll help when you get them in store.
Stand by.
You'll be able to come in store probably. They hope to have them in June. You'll be able to come in and actually touch and feel. But in the meantime, like I said, you can order them through Cam. You mentioned some of the different, 20.1, 12.2. One of the ones we've seen on Jake Allen is the L87 or 8 points. I think it's 87.
L87.
What's the difference there with that pad compared to the other two? Is it primarily a different graphic makeup, or are there different components of the build?
That's correct. So it's the 12.2 pad, but in a vintage graphic setup. So exact same core, exact same construction, all that jazz, just vintage graphic.
Blocker options?
Blocker options, there's two, basically one with binding, one without.
Glove?
3 different break angles. The 12.2 glove and 20.1 glove are the exact same glove. It's just a matter of lining up your graphic package that you're looking for. You have your 600 break, you have your 590 break, and then you also have your 580 break.
And those are obviously going to feel similar to the CCM lines. There's some heritage shared there, even though CCM and the eFlex 5 has rebuilt their 600, and we do notice a bit of a difference. At least in terms of the way that break angle fits on the hand, you're going to feel in the True line a similarity to what you've experienced in the past with CCM. Now, to close this all out, it feels like we're missing a line, but we're actually not. Many of you seen, whether it's Mike Smith, Ilya Samsonov, Connor Hellebuck with the Winnipeg Jets. They're wearing a pad that looks very much like the old Premier pad.
Marc-Andre Fleury?
Oh yeah, that guy Flower. Yeah, Vezina candidate. I mean, I'm not that bright. My show, shut up. L4.1, you've seen it in the National Hockey League. It doesn't sound, though, Cam, like we're going to see it at retail.
Unfortunately not. It's going to mean a little bit more of a pro-exclusive thing for the time being and probably moving forward, period. So I can tell you about it, but I can't order it for you.
Okay, so there you go. Sort of breaking news from Cam at the Hockey Shop. The L4.1 does not appear to be a part, or they've been told, is not a part of the retail offers for the new True line, but L20.1 is, L12.2 is, L87, the retro graphics that Cam talked about. You can get all of those, and where you should get them is from Cam at the Hockey Shop. Call if you've got questions about specs. You've already given us the local number. What's the 1-800?
1-800-567-7790.
All right, the True by Lefevre line, what you're getting and what they're selling you is basically that handmade in Canada Lefevre craftsmanship and quality. That said, it comes with a bit of a wait time. Those wait times have been adjusted. Obviously, things like COVID have wreaked a little bit of havoc here. But right now, if I were to order this pad this weekend as it launches, what's the official wait time?
Put it this way, let's get your order in now and as soon as possible. This wait time is going to fluctuate right now, but I would say anywhere between 17 to 20 weeks.
Okay, I'd heard it was that they're looking at, out of the gate talking in terms of 20 weeks. So that means order on the opening weekend if you want to get it by the 1st of September. So might be ahead of that. Hopefully it will be, but not making any promises beyond that. This is just the reality of a smaller manufacturing area that they're hoping to expand in the future. And part of the growth. This is a big step for True. They've had a huge impact at the National Hockey League level with over 40% of the NHL goaltenders in the product. That creates a lot of demand and creates a little bit of a backlog in terms of getting the product out to you, the public. They're planning on expanding the facilities in my talks with True, increasing capacity by 3 times what it is now to make sure that the public can get that made in Canada by Lefevre manufactured process at retail. But right now it's going to be kind of limited. Only certain stores, including Cam here at the